Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the online sessions of Tare Arkam Schools, Gujarat region. Hope you all are fine. First of all, join your hands for dua. Rabbi zidni ilma. My Lord, increase me in knowledge. ऐ मेरे रब मेरे इल्म में इजाफा फरमा. So class, welcome to the history lecture, and this is your lecture number 6 of chapter number 17, the ancient invaders. In the previous lecture, we have discussed about the different castes that was divided by the Aryans of their whole population based on the people's occupation. So at the top we have the Brahmin who were considered the priest, and the next we have the Kashtaris who were the king, soldiers, and the leaders. The third one is Vishyas, who were the craftsmen, officials, merchants, and the farmers. And the fourth one is Shudras, who were the ordinary workers, servants, and laborers. So, after all these four castes, we have an other caste. Below all these four castes were known as the outcast. Below the four castes were the outcasts, originally people who were not Aryans. They had to live outside the villages and were made to do the worst work such as killing animals, which was supposed to make them unclean in religious sense. Even the lowest caste of Shudras treated the outcast as their slaves. The different castes were not allowed to mix, and no one could move from one caste to another. That means if a person born he or she into a caste have to die into that caste. So below all these castes there is an outcast caste. There is outcast, which is considered that these people are not Aryans, and these people who are not Aryans were responsible for killing animals, were used as the slaves, and that they are killing animals, they were supposed to be unclean in a religious sense, and they are not allowed to be mixed or to live within all these four castes of Aryans. Even the lowest caste Shudras in Aryans were treated them as their slaves. The different castes were not allowed to mix. They are not allowed to do an marriages, intra-caste marriages. So they have no chance of mixing of their caste. They are not allowed to marry out of their caste. They are not allowed to do any sort of work out of their caste. They are not allowed to even eat with out of their caste peoples. So it is known that if a person born in a caste have to die within that caste. At the first, Aryan worshipped the signs of nature. They used to worship sun, moon, river, fire, and earth. This slowly changed until their name were named gods such as Indra, Vishnu, Shiva, Krishna, and many more. Shiva, the Hindu gods of today. We know about the early Aryans' time from a collection of prayers called the Veds, which date back 3000 years and are still the basis of the Hindu religion. The Aryans spoke Sanskrit, which is important, and as the basis of the Indian language, Hindi, and the most of modern English language or European language today. So, at the first, Aryans were used to worship the nature signs as they worship fire, earth, moon, sun, and such things like that, river. So, and slowly they changed their god's name. They converted into Indra, Vishnu, Shiva, Krishna. What were the names of the gods of the Aryans? Were the Indra, Vishnu, Shiva, and the Krishna. What Aryans used to worship earlier, they were used to worship sun, moon, river, fire, and earth. So these were and nowadays Indra, Vishnu, Shiva, Krishna, and many more are the gods of modern Hindus today as well. Who were considered to be the modern Hindus god in today's history, in today's time, were Indra, Vishnu, Shiva, Krishna, and others. So we know about that the early Aryans time of collection of the prayers called the Veds. As we all used Quran as a guiding principle for our lives, Aryans used to read Veds. Veds is a name of book with the principles and rule which dates at back is a 3000 years old, and this book is still the basis of Hindu religion. The Aryans spoke Sanskrit. Sanskrit is the name of a language that was spoken by Aryans. The Aryans used to speak Sanskrit, which is important as it is the basis of the Indian language. Sanskrit is important as it provides the basis of the Indian language, which is Hindi, and it is the most modern European languages today. And Sanskrit is used in the most modern European languages today. How it is used. So here we have a graph, a small graph of these words. The Sanskrit have Deva means God, Agni means fire, Pita means father, Raja means ruler. In the Latin, there is Deus, Ignis, Pater, Rex. In the French, that I don't know used to speak this, but these are some four words that are used for the French language, and there are some English word as well. Deva is deity, Agni fire, ignite, Peter father or father paternal, Raja ruler, regal or royal. These were the words used by the Sanskrit language in some of the famous European languages. So, what you have to do is that we have created the short question in this lecture. You have to write it down on your notebooks as well. So, you have to stay at your homes, wash your hands frequently after half an and 1 hour continuously for 20 seconds for visible and invisible dirt, and by using your soap. So, stay at your home, do offer your prayers as Ramzan is coming up, and for this you have to work so much on your moral activities as well, your spiritual activities as well, your religious activities as well. So till then, stay blessed, stay healthy, stay at your homes, take care of your loved ones. Fi amanillah.